So I wanted to do a very brief tutorial on Canva. It's going to be brief just because, as you'll see, Canva is actually stupid easy to use. So the first thing you got to do is create an account, and then it'll probably take you to this page or something similar. So it asks you what you want to design, type in book cover, and it'll open a new tab, and eventually when it loads, it'll take you to this. I actually didn't use any templates or anything for my book cover. I just went to elements. And then, so there's this thing you gotta do. You've gotta drag a grid on. And what this tells Canva is that you're creating a layer. So then you search for an image, and, here, you might want to make that bigger, just so you can see it. So the kinds of images that you look for would be motifs, and motifs are basically like symbolic images, because, you know, if you have a story like mine, you're probably not gonna find, you know, a picture of a giant sea slug that doesn't exist, because there's no giant sea slugs that I know of that are alien-like. So one thing I searched for was the ocean, and the ocean was to represent Jerry's journey in... oh, no, it was to represent him starting out in California in the ocean. So, you know, you drag that there, and... okay. Okay, if you double click on it, you can drag it around to wherever you want. You can start it there. I started it, I think, around there. Okay, and then, you say done, and then you've got your first picture. Now, we want to overlay another grid, this same one, over that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for a second picture that's a motif, and a motif where it was ice, because, you know, Jerry, he really likes ice. His world was cold. So you do that, and then here's kind of the trick, is you're going to adjust the transparency so that both images kind of show up. Okay, you know, then you'll be good, and what you can do is, what I did was I said, oh, you know, that ice isn't showing up all that well for me, so I'm gonna turn the blur down so that the ice shows up a little bit better. And I think I did that on the other layer too, and if you change your mind about the layer, the nice thing about the layers is that you can click on this, and you can click on this, and then you can say adjust again, and then you can, you know, make this like that. You know, you could get a very different looking book cover based on what you do. So kind of just like play around with the things a bit. You might say, ooh, that looks cool. And then you drag the ice back over, and then you're like, okay, that's kind of an interesting effect. And then I think there was, oh yeah, this thing. So, oh, shoot. Nope. Remember, you gotta put another grid on. So, grid. So you shove another grid on there, and then the grids just make it so much easier to work with, like, trust me. So, you know, I put this on there, and then I tune the transparency, and, you know, I might want to make this bigger, smaller. So, you know, oh, that's kind of a nice effect. Like, maybe you want to highlight the point of the wave or something. I don't know. You do you. Okay, so just search for motifs and you play around until you find something that you like. You know, that's kind of cool. You know, and maybe I'm having so much fun. So, I mean, this should be getting very predictable by now. You stick a grid on, and you search for pictures, like, I don't know, sharing. Sometimes if you type in just, like, an abstract concept, like sharing, you'll be like, oh, that's kind of an interesting metaphor for sharing. I mean, it goes terrible with this, but, you know, and then you could be like, okay, well, that didn't work, you know, what if I try to be profound and put words on here, and, you know, you adjust the transparency, and you find out that that's just as emo as it looked. So, you know, basically, try things out, have taste, and that's all there really is to Canva. Oh, if you need to, if you delete a picture and you decide, oh, I don't want another layer, delete the grid too. It's not that hard. Oh, text. So what I did was just kind of find something that I thought looked, cool. I think, what did I use? Not that one. Where are you? La 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 la. Okay, well, I don't know. Find a text that you like. Okay, and then you shove it on there. And you notice that it starts out really small. All you gotta do is make it bigger. And I'm gonna make it even bigger because this is the title of my book. And for time's sake, well, no, never mind. Okay, let's say the name of this book is Ocean. Okay? And then say you don't want the eau de parfum line. Okay? So what I did with the layering effect was you gotta kind of mouse around on it until you see. It's a little hard to get, but like that thing. Okay, so you want to Control C, Control V, and that'll create another layer. And what you can do with this is you can go into it and just like double click on it, and then go over here to text color and make it, I don't know, purple. And sometimes that can make things easier to see. I think I did blue on my other thing. This looks a little wrong. No, blue. Okay. And then you can kind of get that pointer thing again and like move it around with your arrow keys, you know, get something that's easy to read but stands out. This is just a nice neat trick for like if you need to, if it's hard to see stuff against your background. Anyway, and then, you know, you just make another text body for your author name, and, you know, that's really pretty much it. That's all you need to know about Canva to make a good book cover. If you're confused, look at my cover, look at what you think looks good, and then just kind of, you know, straight up copy it. That's fine. So, hope this tutorial was helpful for you. You know, comment if you have any questions.